Or we have been doing projects in the traditional way. We are still using the traditional way of doing projects, but because of the complex and changing business environment, then Agile is a mindset, like we have seen. Agile is a mindset. How can the agilely? In Agile, when you are working in an Agile environment, you have to have this mindset. You have to know that Agile is about value, it's about principles. And if you are taking project management exam, these values are very important for you to know. For example, the first value say our higher priority is customer satisfaction. In the olden days when we are doing projects, before we are delivering value, we just do outputs. We just deliver, we get our deliverable done. Outcome, from outcome to benefit, from benefit to deliver value. The second one say the positive welcome change. In Agile, in traditional project management, if somebody says they are bringing change to you, you have to go through the due process. You are reluctant to effect that change. But in project management, just like the fourth Agile manifesto tells us, that we respond to change quickly than just follow the plan. It's good to follow plan, but we respond to change quickly. The frequently delivering of value is very important in project management. Then carrying out project with motivated people. That is why you see in Agile, after we have defined the purpose, the next thing is the people before we talk about the process. In those days, immediately we define purpose. Then what's important is our process before we talk about the people. But you need motivated people who will drive the process. So after you have defined your purpose, then you have to be very conversant with the people. You have to know that Agile is about value, it's about principles. And if you are taking project management exam, these values are very important for you to know. For example, the first value say our higher priority is customer satisfaction. In the olden days when we are doing projects, all you just have to do is that let me just finish on time, on budget. I don't care about the customer. But we are saying that the customer is able to outcome, from outcome to benefit, from benefit to deliver value. The second one say the positive welcome change. In Agile, in traditional project management, if somebody says they are bringing change to you, you have to go through the due process. You are reluctant to effect that change. But in project management, just like the fourth Agile manifesto tells us, that we respond to change quickly than just follow the plan. It's good to follow plan, but we respond to change quickly. The frequently delivering of value is very important in project management. Then carrying out project with motivated people. That is why you see in Agile, after we have defined the purpose, the next thing is the people before we talk about the process. In those days, immediately we define purpose. Then what's important is our process before we talk about the people. But you need motivated people who will drive the process. So after you have defined your purpose, then you have to be very conversant with the people. That's why the first manifesto principle says people interaction, project management. Once we get the requirement, from the requirement, we define our scope, and then we create our WBS, and then we go get our scope baseline. But in Agile, whenever we get the requirements, we translate the requirements. The approach use very short feedback loop, because we are dealing with complex situation. We are dealing with uncertain situation. So we don't have the luxury of planning, long planning. We don't have the luxury of waiting till the end before we deliver value. So that is what is responsible for the short feedback loop. Then frequent adaptation of process, because anything can change. We can be going A and all of a sudden the plan change. We quickly adapt to the plan change. So frequent adaptation of the process is very important. We keep on doing prioritization. The feature that give most valuable now, by tomorrow it will not give the most valuable again. So we go back and look for the one that is giving most valuable. We bring it on top. So that's reprioritization. The regular update of the plan, because we don't have static plan that we can rely upon. Don't worry, we can still use this plan for the next 3 weeks. We don't have that luxury. So frequency of plan change normally happen in Agile, and frequent delivery. We deliver in short loop. Then Agile approach for projects are for projects in research and development. But when you are carrying out research, you don't know what the outcome will be. Anything can change. So Agile will fit for research and development environment. Agile will fit for an environment where we have high rate of change. Just like we said in the title of this training. When we are having high rate of change, Agile is very important we use. When we are not clear about the requirement, when we don't understand the requirement, it's an experiment that we are not really sure of what is going to be the answer. When there's full of uncertainty, Agile will fit for that kind of a thing. Then when we don't even know what the outcome of our final result, the way it will look like, if you're having this kind of characteristics, you know you're in Agile environment, so you use Agile approach for that. So let's move on next story. You know, like I said, in traditional project management, we use requirements to start building out. But in Agile, we translate whatever we want to do into user story format. In Agile project, requirements are defined in user story formats. And how do we do this format? You say, you are the one playing the role. I want to, what you want to do, so that I can get the result. So I, as the one doing the project, I want to do this thing so that I can get the benefit. For example, if you want to register on the PMI website so I can have your name registered on their portal, you will say, as a new user, I want to register as a user on the PMI site so that I can have my detail on the PMI portal. Every work we are going to do can be represented in a user story format like this. I want to go to the bank as a new customer to the bank, or as a new user in the bank. I want to get to the bank and open an account so that I can have my money saved in that account. So if I write that one in a piece of paper, anybody reading that can easily understand what I'm saying. That's the essence of this idea of a user story. Whatever we are doing in Agile Project Management, whatever requirement, whatever feature we are delivering, we can represent that in a user story format. See that stack of file. And if you look at that file, you see that the most important one is placed on top. And that important one, we try to sieve it, we have to refine it. You can see that the size is very smaller and it's into detail. So as we are building a website now, we are starting with a login page. We now say, well, let us first start with login page. Then after the login page, we design the home page. And after the home page, maybe we do the admin page. Now, because it's the login page we are doing, so we try and work on that one to make it a little bit refined. You can see the size is very small. So these are the backlog. We stack it. We are doing this set of items first, then this one next, this one next. The first set we are doing are the feature we're going to use to develop the login page. And each of those cards is represented in user story format. So if we have in our team, you are going to design this aspect, you are going to design this aspect, you are going to design this aspect. It is that user story in card format that we're going to give to whoever is working on that. He will know what to do. Then login page, we move to the home page. So by the time we bring the home page, we prioritize the home page forward, we also refine it into smaller size so we can work on it. Then after we have done that one, we move to the contact page, which is the last one. We also refine that one. And if there is more to do, they will keep on loading the item, and we are going to be doing it. So when we get to application of Agile, like in Scrum, I will tell you how we use Scrum, how we apply Scrum in Agile environment. So this is how we handle change-driven Agile projects. So instead of us doing work breakdown structure, that we say, okay, this is the scope we are building out, we divide it into foundation, block laying, and roofing. But in Agile, what we do is that we let us see what we are working on. So we are building foundation, right? Okay, what are the things we did in building foundation? Let us, all the work we're going to do in foundation, let us represent it in user story form and put it in a card, and we start the card together like this. So the next one, we start it next to it. Then we start the least important one at the least. So the most important one is the one we're going to deliver first, because the essence of Agile is to deliver value to customer very early. So what can easily give us value first is what we put on top of the Agile. Let's move forward. In traditional project management, the project manager is the boss. It's in the center of coordination. He directs the team, he tells the team what to do. But in Agile, the game plan is different. In Agile, the project manager is a servant leader. He serves the team. He doesn't tell the team what to do, because the team in Agile environment, they are self-directing, they are self-organizing, and they are cross-functional. They are self-organizing because they can organize their own work by themselves. By the time the product owner, which we're going to talk later, now put all those backlogs together, in Scrum, the Agile team will now take out of those product items, they will not get their own item out of it. And they will now say, okay, this is what we can do according to our capacity. So the project manager will not tell them, this is what I want you to do. In Agile, the project manager doesn't tell us what to do. We, the team, we decide what we want to do. That's why I said, in practice, he leads by service, servicing the team. Then he knows that the team is self-organizing, they can organize themselves, self-directing, they can direct themselves. Cross-functional means all the set skill we need for this particular project is in that team. We have programmer, we have a tester, we have quality control person. Anytime we want to do a work in Agile environment, all the skills that are needed to get that work done, we get it as our team, and it's a very small team. And this team we are getting in Agile, they call them generally specialists. They have general knowledge of all the work to be done, but they have their own area of specialty. They call them T-shape. Like I told you earlier, that servant leaders approach work in this order. They set the purpose of the work, this is what we want to do. Then they are mindful of the people that want to do the work. That is why interaction and collaboration is more valued than contract negotiation. It's more valued than tools and processes. So the people next, after purpose, the people, then the process, because it is the people that will drive the process. Next, in most of the Agile, there are three important roles in Agile. The first role is the product owner. Then the development team are the people that will do the work. Then the team facilitator, like in Scrum, they call them Scrum Master, or facilitator, or servant leader, or lead team. Those are the names they give to them. Who is the product owner? Is the representative of the customer. He defines the vision of the product, and then has relevant expertise, because he represents the business owner. He's the one that will prioritize the backlog item. He knows what they want to build, and then they say, these are the things that we want to build. We will prioritize them. Then the development team are cross-functional, like I said. They are self-directing, like I said. they are the one that will do the work. The product owner will not do the work. The team facilitator will not do the work. It is the development team that will do the work. And the development team that will be involved in the execution of the work. Then who is a team facilitator? Is just like a project manager. He is a scrum master in Scrum. He is the one telling them and be telling them, look, we have to be mindful of the principles. He will not allow them to violate any principle of Agile. He will help them remove whatever impediment on. He will make sure that there is nothing that is stopping the team from doing their work. So those are the roles that we have in Agile: product owner, the development team, and the team facilitator. Let's go. So many methods, so many applications of Agile. Very good. That's what I'm looking. Now we have Scrum. We're talking about Agile methodology and framework or application of Agile. Now we have already discussed about the principles of Agile, the manifestos, the 12 principles, the core values of Agile. Then how do we apply Agile into our work? Then you now begin to take the application platform like Scrum. There's what we call Scrum, and there's a section of Scrum Master. So when we come to retraining, we're going to go into the detail of Scrum framework. SP is another, that SP means extreme programming. It's another method of use in delivering Agile projects. CRYSTAR, DSDM, which is called Dynamic System Development Method. Kanban, Lean Production Development, FDD. These are different methodologies we use in delivering our Agile project management. So when we come to the retraining, we'll now begin to look at this application one by one. Let me give a little bit about Scrum. If we are working in a Scrum environment, number one, we have to know that there are 3 roles in Agile, also in Scrum. We have the product owner, who is the representative of the customer, one. Is the one that will prioritize all those backlog items that I'm talking about. He will prioritize them. That these are the work that we're supposed to do to deliver the product. Then the development team and the product owner will go into refinement session. We call it product grooming or product refinement. In that product grooming and product refinement, they will discuss about all these prioritized lists. And they will now go into sprint planning meeting. In that sprint planning meeting, what they're going to do is, okay, out of all these product backlog that we have itemized, which one should we deliver first? Then the team will now sit down and say, well, according to our capacity, we can only do the login page. So they will carry all the 5 in the login page, they will bring it into to create another sprint item. We call it sprint item. Now we have product backlog item, we now have sprint backlog item. That is what they are going to do. They won't take more than they can shoot. They will take the only one they can do. Okay? For this sprint means iteration, maybe iteration of 1 week or 1 month. That in this first iteration, this is what we are going to do. We are going to do only design. So they will take all the file needed to do the design, and they will start doing the work. Now, as they are doing the work, as they are executing the work, every day they will have a meeting, daily stand-up meeting, every day. When you Agile environment, every day for 15 minutes before we start work, we'll come to this board. That board is Kanban board. We come to this board and say, okay, everybody will now be explaining, right? What did you do yesterday? You will look at those cards, you see those cards, to-do lists are in progress and done. Some will put tests. So you will now say, these are the work I did yesterday. These are the work I'm doing today. And this is the work I've done. Then these are the impediments on my way. It is that impediment the Scrum Master, who is a facilitator, who is the team lead, will take care of. Now, if the Scrum Master is not available, any of the member of this team can stand in as a team lead to facilitate this daily stand-up meeting. So that is very important. Now, immediately after that daily stand-up meeting, they are going to now have their product being delivered. They call it shipment product deliverables increment. They are going to have that product. Maybe we are doing laptop now. In the first iteration, we do keyboard. In the next iteration, we do screen. In the next iteration, we do casing. In the next iteration, we do all the ports. So as we deliver the keyboard, we will have a meeting. They call it sprint review meeting, where we're going to demonstrate that keyboard to the customer, to the stakeholder, so that we can get their feedback. It's not like you are working, maybe you are a printer, and they gave you some pamphlets to work on, and those pamphlets, by the time you do the first 2 pages, you take it to the customer to proofread. Maybe you are working on the manuscript, they will proofread and do the correction. They will give back the correction to you so that you can improve on the correction and do the needful. The same way we do in Agile. So when we deliver the first product, we take it to the sprint review meeting, where the customer will look at it and tell us, okay, do this, do this, do this, do this. And immediately after that review meeting, we go to what they call retrospective meeting. Retrospect, they call it retro. In that retrospective meeting, it's about 2 hours meeting. In that meeting, we will now decide what are the things what are the challenges we are having? What are the problems we're having? How can we move forward? It is a process improvement meeting. And immediately we end that meeting, we have come to the end of the sprint. We have delivered the first product, the lead increment. Then we move to the next product backlog item and pick contact design. We say we are building website. The first one is the login, then home page. And we go and say, okay, the next one to do now is home page. We now go through the process again like that. We have been able to just introduce you to how Agile operates.